Lagos state government over the weekend demolished at least 100 properties in Oworoshoki's Ojulari and Coca Street areas, leaving families homeless amid clashes with police and alleged thugs who beat residents and looted belongings. Residents in the Koshofe local government area of the state resisted the government's plan to continue demolitions under the ongoing urban regeneration project, leading to security operatives shooting tear gas canisters as residents campered for safety after officials arrived with bulldozers. Let's take a look.
These are the massive resistance by the people of Precious Sea. And this is the Lagos State Task Force with their tear gas and their caterpillar again. They are about to demolish. They are telling people to arrange and to leave their houses and their lands.
Now they have demolished our house. We don't have a place to stay. I don't have house. See me. I don't have house. Just when thinking they demolish our house. Today now they still want to demolish. What did we do? What do we do? What can we do for the government? What's happen?
Look at what Lagos State Task Force are doing to us. We resist. We will stand our ground. We are not to be taught. As you can see, we are all tear gas in our houses. But the people are resisting. They are saying no to a land grabbing Temu Pharaoh, call himself a king.
Fortunately, this confrontation marks the latest escalation in a months-long dispute over the demolitions in that area. The controversy began after several buildings were demolished in September, triggering protests on the Third Mainland Bridge, with residents saying bulldozers moved in at night and demolished houses without adequate notice, leaving many families homeless. Well, on Sunday, a video emerged showing a bulldozer demolishing a house, allegedly with people still inside. Let's take a look.
They are going to kill people in the house. They are going to kill people. They are going to kill people. There are people inside their house. There are people inside this house.
People will get rich for this area. They don't get them.
Don't wish for this area. Tell us something they ain't knock.
Well, this operation has drawn widespread condemnation online. Conducting demolitions at night, allegedly with thugs beating residents and looting property, violates both procedures and basic human rights standards. Let's take some tweets. This is from Badibo Rose Vivor, who wrote, "Government cannot exist only for the interest of the rich. In a state that is over 75% poor, you cannot justify coming like a thief at midnight to demolish people's houses without giving them time to move their belongings. These lands are being appropriated to be sold for huge amounts. Those costs must factor in a dignified, honest, and transparent relocation program for all those affected. The Lagos government cannot solely exist to serve the interests of the rich. It is #our Lagos." Another ex-user wrote, "This is pure lawlessness and wickedness, demolishing people's homes in the middle of the night while they're still inside. That's not enforcement. That's an inhumane act, even in a country where order is fading. This level of disregard for human life is terrifying. Lagos deserves better governance, not midnight terror against its own citizen." Another ex-user wrote, "This is what we call made in Lagos, Nigeria. You demolished a building in the night when you can barely see anyone needs to be rescued due to the demolition, or if something needs to be protected first. Demolition companies need to think about health and safety before using that machine. Sadly, most of these companies' founders obtain their licenses not by going through the knowledge of demolition. Lagos State Government, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, while visiting other great cities, should explore the demolition companies and check how it's done. Health and safety is important. Dr. Abatti, this is huge because it's not just infringing on people's rights. There's also the health hazards associated with demolition of property. But in a swift rebuttal, the Lagos State Government or the Lagos State Police Command defended the demolition exercise with public relations Officer Abimbola Adebisi denying reports of illegal action and officer misconduct during the exercise. Well, in an official statement, the police asserted that the demolition carried out by the state government agencies followed all legal processes, stating that official notices were given to occupants over several months and compensation had been paid to those affected. And we're getting reports that some leaders in the community are insisting that no compensation was given to them before this new round of demolitions. As we speak, there are talks of protests that will be going on the third mainland bridge by residents of those that have been affected. Meanwhile, senior advocate of Nigeria and human rights lawyer Femi Falana has accused the Lagos state government of carrying out unlawful demolition in Oworoshoki. Falana stated that the Lagos State High Court had previously issued an interim order to halt further demolitions, but the state government allegedly acted in flagrant breach and contempt, and he argued that the action by the Lagos state government is a mockery of the rule of law. Well, the Lagos state government has defended the action as necessary to remove illegal floodplain structures to prevent flooding, saying it has started compensation payments of up to 300,000 naira to verified claimants. Well, the government also held a ceremony at the Palace of Oro Kingdom, supervised by the Lagos State Urban Renewal Agency, to present checks to 79 Oworo community residents. I mean, we have images here, we have pictures to show that the Lagos state government did offer these residents compensation. Dr. Abatti, I'd like for you to unpack all the stories. Okay. First of all, the fact that they actually disregarded a Lagos State High Court order, as Femi Falana has said, and demolishing people's property in the middle of the night.
Okay, there are many dimensions to this. The legal dimension, the equity dimension, the traditional dimension, the ethnic and political dimension. Let me take them one by one. Now, both Amnesty International and Mr. Femi Falana, SAN, are saying that there is a subsisting court order which says do not demolish these people's houses until the matter before the court has been determined. Now, if it is true that the Lagos state government went ahead to demolish, as Femi Falana, SAN, claims, about 100 houses, then, of course, that is questionable. We expect that our government will respect the rule of law. When matters are pending before courts of law, government should be responsible enough and not engage in the act of impunity of disobeying the court of law. That is the legal part of it. There's also the traditional part of it. The people of Oworoshoki, they are saying, particularly in the Ujulari community, that their Baale is also complicit. You will expect that a traditional ruler would defend the interest of his people. But they are saying that the Baale of Oworoshoki has a case to answer because they claim that he was the one who even invited the police when the people were protesting. And there have been reports of people being brutalized and also being tear-gassed yesterday by the people of the community, on the basis of which the people are now threatening that they will lock down Third Mainland Bridge this morning. I do not think that the people, no matter how aggrieved they may be, should take the laws into their hands and then lock down the Third Mainland Bridge, and other innocent Nigerians who will need to do business between the mainland and the island will now have to suffer for either the negligence of government or the negligence of the Baale of Oworoshoki. The third part of it has to do with how the state government is treating all of this. Tokumba Wahab, who is the commissioner in charge of housing or environment.
Environment and water resources.
Yes, it was on Arise TV over the weekend, and he said that, look, the government of Lagos State is only acting in line with the law, with environmental regulations. And there is a 2013 law that says that, look, the Lagos State or ruling of the Supreme Court that says that the state government has the right to regulate planning, physical planning, and building structures within its jurisdiction. And that in Oworoshoki, as well as in trade fair, that what you have is that these people have violated the law. And that the Lagos state government is just enforcing the law, removing illegal structures which are constituting a menace to environmental safety in Lagos state. We say that, look, why the law is important, while we say also that the government must respect the rule of law, now government must have a human face.
This is the point.
The big danger in it is that people are now reading ethnicity and politics into it. When it was the turn of the people at Trade Fair, the argument was that, oh, Igbos are being targeted in Lagos state, Igbo buildings are being demolished. Now it's Uronshuki.
All right, Dr. Abatti,
it is Yoruba people.
We have limited time, but at the end of the day, you are absolutely right. The fact that the government has to have a human face in this whole thing is the major point,
No, but
Dr.
the politics
Abatti.
now is that people of Uronshuki are saying that they voted for APC, that they are APC supporters. Now they are demolishing houses of APC supporters in Uronshuki. But Tokumba says it's about law.
Yeah.
It's about regulation. And that people must learn in Lagos State to respect the rule of law.
Right.
However, it is a question of how the government of Lagos State wants to be remembered.
Right. All right. I wish we all had a moment to speak on this, because the idea that these people went in the middle of the night and you heard some people saying, you know, there are people living in there. I think it is really absurd and it's completely inhumane. I think this is the point that should be stressed really as well. There should be some also sort of a relocation order as well from the Lagos state government for these residents that are clearly aggrieved. Well, we'll head over to Anambra State now, where Governor Charles Chukwuma Soludo has stirred controversy after announcing cash rewards for every ward won by his party, the All Progressives Grand Alliance, in the forthcoming November 8 governorship election. While speaking on Saturday during the party's campaign rally, Soludo promised to give 1 million naira to any ward that wins, while the first 3 performing wards will get 5 million naira, 2 million naira, and 1 million naira respectively. Well, let's take a look before we take some reactions.
Now, can we say on get there? Uno ega batasia next week. Uno kana latasia kana menka. We will call another prize. Maka November 8. November 8. Another challenge. Another challenge. Another challenge. No room banine ward up win. Uno win ran a ward on another of 1 million again. Mana no room banine ward up first, they went up 5 million. Ward up second, they went up 3 million. Ward up third, they went up 2 million. After November 8th, can the ward up first get that?
I mean, Rufai, this pledge has provoked backlash from opposition parties and civil society organizations who describe the move as open inducement, vote buying, and abuse of office. I'll take some tweets. This is from Asawa, who wrote, that kind of promise raises serious ethical questions. Offering financial rewards tied to votes can blur the line between motivation and manipulation. Elections should be about good governance and trust, not monetary incentives. Leadership built on loyalty, not money, lasts longer. Another ex-user wrote, this is strong evidence of a non-performing governor. Good governance speaks for itself. You don't need to reward people to deliver your mandate if you're performing. Encouraging vote buying is a sign of failed administration. Shame on this man. Well, the Anambra State Commissioner for Information, Dr. Law Mefo, has dismissed the accusations, describing the governor's promise as a simple act of motivation to energize supporters. Rufai, I know we've discussed this, but I want to also tie in this story so we can discuss both really quickly. Meanwhile, 6 members of the National Youth Service Corps have filed a lawsuit against the Anambra State government, Chukwuma Soludo, and the state's vigilante group, Agunechemba, demanding 1 billion naira in damages over an alleged assault and unlawful detention. The corps members whose assault by gun-wielding vigilante operatives, including the reported beating and stripping of 1 victim, was captured in a viral video in August. The corpers are seeking compensation for the mental, physical, and psychological trauma suffered after being falsely accused of being internet fraudsters while in the lawsuit filed before the Federal High Court in Awka, the plaintiffs are also requesting the court to declare their abuse unconstitutional and to compel the respondents to issue written public apology in national and local newspaper. I love the way that citizens take up their rights at this point. I think that it is quite instructive that they were able to go ahead to sue the government. I mean, this Agune Chemba, we've seen that they've been harassing people for a while. Rufai.
You see, all the stories just show a thread of lawlessness.
Correct.
It is only in a lawless country that there's going to be a court order and they will still go ahead and hurt people and do demolition in the night. But in the same country, the police now expects everybody to respect their court order of protest. You can see the lawlessness and the hypocrisy. It is also part of the lawlessness that makes a professor be announcing monetary inducement for votes.
During a rally.
During a rally leading up to an election. This is the same professor that said he will turn the place into Dubai. If he has truly turned the place into Dubai, all he should just say to the electorate is, I remember I've turned this place into Dubai, vote for me. But because clearly the place has not been turned into Dubai, what has it been turned to? It has been turned into a beating parlor when NYSC members are being beaten due to Agune Chemba activity, and now they are being taken to court. So it's a cacophony of lawlessness. But the funny thing is that this government now think that they will not enforce the law.
Agune Chemba means the lion that protects the community.
Yes.
Maybe they have to do something about that name, because I don't see how lions can protect a community.
All right, very well.
And these lions in Anambra, they are now devouring the community.
We've heard so many stories about
them. It's a problem
really?
about even the nomenclature of
Agune
Chemba.
Well, all right. We'll head over to Edo State now, where Aisha Wahab, the 22-year-old girl from Auchi who was abducted 2 weeks ago, regained her freedom over the weekend after a 20 million naira ransom was paid to secure her release. Human rights activist Harrison Gwamanishu, who helped secure her release, called out the Edo State government for failing to collaborate with rescue efforts. Well, in a post on Instagram, Gwamanishu, who is the founder of Behind Bars Human Rights Foundation, said security agencies and the Edo State government failed to respond to calls for collaboration during efforts to rescue Aisha, and as such, he couldn't move in to capture her abductors. Gwamanishu explained that certain technical equipment required for the rescue operation could only be deployed with official authorization, which was not granted despite repeated attempts to reach the authorities. Well, in a heartwarming video, Gwamanishu shared the moment Aisha was released.
Jesus. Oh, yeah, turn. Sorry. Take care. No worry.
Aisha, how do you feel?
I feel so happy. I'm hot. Thank you.
Mama, shall I tell you, say your picking will come out today?
Yeah, you tell me, you try.
And she came out.
God go help you.
Nah, assalamu alaikum go thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
What do you do me?
Assalamu alaikum.
God will go bless you.
Assalamu Mama.
This is so heartwarming. A true patriot, Gwamanishu also confirmed, adding 5 million naira to the 15 million naira reportedly raised. This incident highlights critical gaps in security coordination and government responsiveness to kidnapping cases. I reached out to Gwamanishu himself, and he confirmed that he is now in touch with the Department of State Services for better collaboration. I mean, kudos to the DSS for also reaching out to him. And I'm happy to hear that there's some sort of collaboration with the Department of State Services and Gwamanishu. This is the sort of news that we want to hear. But I mean, calling out the Edo State government.
Yeah, a very sad one there. And I hate that we have to politicize lives.
Yes.
In this instance, Aisha, because the PDP and the APC in the state have been trading words. But the truth has to be said. The Edo State government, despite what Mr. Kassim Afegwa had said to the PDP that they were on top of things with accuracy and equity, did next to nothing in this situation.
Yes.
In fact, ransom, which has often been said by security agents in Nigeria, was paid in this instance. And that's why we keep saying that the reason why ransom payment cannot stop or has not stopped is because the people feel helpless, number one. Number two, the state security operatives did nothing, even when this private citizen asked for collaboration with them. It is high time the governor stopped going around politicking and finally get down to the business of governance in the state. Instead of going around advocating and campaigning for the president, let him give those states people what he promised them during campaign season and actually be governor in that state. And that's what we're asking. I think it's quite a shame that it got to this point where they said trading was over human life. Human life. Very sad.
Every life matters. It is so important that the government has to show this human face that we're asking for. I did reach out to the Edo State government and my response was not so encouraging. My producer also reached out to the Edo State Police Command. They did not respond to her.
They've only been defensive and they didn't do right by this woman.
Fantastic.
Thanks to all those who stood up for her in the time of need.
Thank you, everybody. I mean, thank you. Thank you. Welcome home, Aisha. And thank you, Harrison Gwamenishu. We'll take our good news report now, celebrating a groundbreaking initiative by Senator Natasha Abatti Uduaghan, who is set to distribute locally assembled electric vehicles to over 100 of her constituents in Kogi Central Senatorial District. The initiative, which forms part of her annual constituency empowerment program, marks the first large-scale introduction of made-in-Nigeria electric vehicles for community use. Well, Senator Uduaghan described the project as part of her ritual of giving back, but this time with a futuristic twist that promotes sustainability, innovation, and self-reliance. Beneficiaries will be drawn mainly from women, farmers, and small business owners. The initiative represents a paradigm shift in constituency empowerment projects across Nigeria. Rather than distributing traditional motorcycles or grinding machines, Senator Abatti Uduaghan introduced her constituents to green technology while addressing economic challenges. The vehicles are locally assembled using Nigerian materials and labor, demonstrating that homegrown solutions to environmental and economic challenges are achievable. The project positions Kogi Central as a pioneer in Nigeria's clean mobility drive. Well, congratulations to the good people of Kogi Central and Senator Natasha Abatti Uduaghan, the game changer. The benefits of these electric vehicles are multifaceted. Farmers can now transport produce to markets more efficiently. Business owners can cut logistic costs, and transport operators increase profits while reducing dependence on expensive petrol. Congratulations, Natasha. Well, more on good news. West Africa's largest air carrier, Air Peace, has expanded its international operations by officially commencing direct flight services between Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja and London Heathrow, United Kingdom. Well, the inaugural flight took off in Abuja on Sunday, marking the second direct London route for the carrier after Air Peace commenced its Lagos-London flight services in March 2024. Festus Keyamo, Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, affirmed that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's clear mandate is to fully support local operators to ensure their businesses thrive and survive. While the Chief Executive Officer of the airline, Alan Onyema, lauded the government's support, saying that when the government does what is right, we must commend them.
When the government is listening to the yearnings and aspirations of the people, or the complaints and challenges of the people, this is what we need. It's not just about Air Peace. And let every airline in this country speak up for what this regime has done for them. Don't keep quiet. It's not only when the things, not so good things are done, that we all shout. When the government is doing that which is right, let us applaud them and commend them. So today what we are celebrating is absolute patriotism, absolute love for one's country. APIS is no longer Allen Onyema and his family. APIS is Nigeria. The entire country owns APIS. Before now, you were paying over $12,000 to go to the UK. But today, because of the support of Mr. President, who has made it possible for an indigenous firm to grow, you are now going to be paying for business class about $3,000 only. What motivates us in APIS when we see the thousands of faces of people we brought out of doldrum to feed themselves and their families, that is our motivation. That is the real patriotism. If you harm Dangote Industries, thinking that you're harming Dangote, you're wasting your time. He doesn't need anything again in his life. Touch him and you touch the very fabric of this country. We must begin to see beyond our notice and support private investment. This president supports private investment. Therefore, I call on other government agencies to please look at their president, who is a businessman and wants every indigenous business in this country to survive.
Well, made in Nigeria, congratulations. This expansion represents a significant milestone in Nigeria's aviation sector and economic sovereignty. For decades, foreign airlines dominated international routes from Nigeria, while local carriers struggled to compete. Airpeace's Abuja-London route demonstrates that with proper government support, Nigerian airlines can hold their own on competitive international routes. Congratulations to the Airpeace team. Congratulations to the CEO, Allen Onyema.
So guys, let's end this session with what is trending on the social media. There is this video that's been trending that I just want to talk about. You know, there is this shop that is called Bukumat, and they posted a video trying to advertise their shop, that they sell better prices than, you know, some people in the market. And they were like, that they can't believe they can get this cheap price without going to the market to be cheated by Omo Igbo. And that has generated a lot of reactions. That, as in, like this person tweeted and said, imagine a brand as big as Bukumat relying on ethnic stereotyping and slurs for marketing. The whole marketing team sat down, watched this video, approved it, and no one person thought, without any Omo Igbo cheating me, was wrong. You people need to do better. This is somebody, you know, reposting that video. They said they can't believe they can get it cheaper at Bukumat without going to the market to be cheated by an Omo Igbo. You can prevent being cheated by an Igbo man by coming to their shop. So you can imagine that, you know. I'm just going to read out some of the reactions. Many people have really condemned it. You know, this is not just an Igbo thing, because this is a brand trying to build. And then you are using ethnic. You can imagine if every Igbo say they are not coming to that shop. How many Yorubas are walking in there to patronize you? Considering the fact that Lagos is a mixed race environment. So guys, the hatred, the bigotry, the tribalism, I don't even know, the division among Nigerians. I'm just wondering when it's going to heal. All thanks to our politicians. This is what they want. This is what they want to see. Now, let's see some of the reactions. This person say, that is the hashtag boycott Buku now. This is to tell you to believe them when they say Yorubas was taught how to hate Ndibo right from kids. Hon and hon and hon, honorable. So these are some of the reactions, you know, coming from Nigerians. And this person say Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba are not the same and can never be. This one Nigeria shit is based on hatred that has eaten deep into their hearts. This person say Omo Igbo is now a cheat. Yadiba. Ndibo. I don't know. This person is I don't know. This person, I don't know if he's really a Peter Obi's supporter, but I'm just reading out what people wrote here. This person says, Igbos are one sellers that doesn't even cheat when it comes to foodstuff. Why do you think they sell more than the Yoruba sellers in your area? It's well, This is even coming from a Yoruba person. She said Igbos are the ones that hardly cheat. That's why they make more sales than even their Yoruba counterparts. And this other person said, when here they were taught from home to hate Igbo. Believe it, bro, it is not a joke. This person say ATP, it's no longer stereotyping. They actually meant it when they said they were taught to hate Igbos from childhood. They will tell you it's PR, but everyone knows what they are doing. PR, maybe pretense. This person say Buku where their shop they empty. Ndibo boycott Buku now. This one say Buku mad. You are mad. No, nobody's mad. Seriously mad. No, the same Igbos you are running down in your useless advert are the same people that patronize you people so much. You are a stupid, pathetic, tribalistic store. Anyway, we don't use all those languages to describe people here. Now, we know what you stand for. And this other person say, they do all this because Igbos are not vindicative people. Imagine the impact it would have had on their sales if Igbos in Lagos decide to boycott this Buku store as a protest for their tribalism. I tell you, if this was like, you know what the Muslims do now? They can boycott. They can just decide, like, since the war in Gaza, some of them said they won't drink Coca-Cola. Some of them began to boycott so many companies because they feel Palestinians must be free. So I don't think this is really good, you know. This person says, funniest thing, cheating is not tribal based. Who wants to cheat you will cheat you regardless of where you come from. However, this is too sensitive to put out there. Your marketing should still have been successfully done without any the Omo Igbo comments. She said she could go horn. Both influencers and brand demand. I'm just trying to understand why somebody will say Omo Igbo cheating you. Yorubas are born with bigotry. They grow up with bigotry. They become adults with bigotry. They become elders and still refuse to leave bigotry. Their day-to-day business activities are run on the altar of bigotry. Ndibo, brace up and embrace bigotry too. Hey. Now, wow, this is national disgrace. In addition, with boycott Bukomat, I think somebody should start a legal suit. We can all sign on. Let's mass sue them until they publicly apologize and sponsor at least 50 Igbo kids to university. I don't know where this one is coming from. Who is going to do this? This person says, you thought bigotry is just a stereotype. It's an institution that pays people now, especially in the Southwest, and Lagos is their head office. They said bigotry is for the poor. Well, Bukumat, welcome to the Bigotry League. Now that's Omo Igbo finally on a life honor. I could go on. This person, Buku get luck, say, then no day Enugu. I go mount outside there, blast this video for Studio 8, make Igbos boycott them with cutlass. This one say, without any vendor cheating me, and we won't be having this conversation. Without any vendor treating me, and we won't be having this conversation. All I know is that the guy I buy my provision from in the market is Omo Igbo. In fact, if he calculates all my total expenses, he will remove the extra tens and round up the figure. I used to buy from a local supermarket that I thought they sell cheap stuff till I saw light. Yeah. You see? Bukumat, what is the meaning of this law? Who is even this creator? This person said, Batch said, Power Boys. I fell off my chair. Stereotyping is bad, but coming from someone who can't pronounce is dead. Bro, you can imagine this rubbish. At Bukumat is really on tribalism and tribalistic statement for effective. Is relying on tribalism and tribalistic statement for effective marketing and sales. This will definitely backfire. Why denigrate a whole tribe to cheat and also use the convenience law Omo Igbo? The convenience. Without anybody touching me and shouting my color. That video was specifically targeted on us. The ethnic law, any Omo Igbo cheating me, was intentional. Her hate factor, hand-on, was all intentional. We can pretend as if, we can pretend we all want, but We can pretend all we want, but bigotry has come to stay. Influencers feed on it. Business thrive on it. Political affiliation are gaining through it. This is the reality. There you go. Igbos don't suffer for this country. They keep reeling them up at every opportunity. When they fight back, they say they are aggressive and intolerant people. This country might never get it right with this kind of mindset towards its people. Bukuma should forget opening any branch in the East, attaching bigotry to your business. They call oil, and on. You think Igbos will boycott them? No way. In fact, it will become their favorite place to shop. Make all the jokes end online because for real life I could send you join your ancestors. Now, why some of us do not get involved in this stuff? It's really getting out of hand, and those that are promoting it don't care about the consequences. So people are saying that this shop should be boycott. You know, Nigerians shouldn't shop there. Ijebogare beat na omo Igbo they sell them. You see what they did there? Bottom barrel folks. Those Yaribaric. God. So there are a lot of reactions here. This is really sad to see, you know, that these people just came out and they said Omo Igbo cheating on them. It's not good for the image of the country and also for the market. This is a supermarket that can turn out tomorrow to become a very big supermarket. So why are you adding ethnic law to your business? This doesn't look good, you know. It doesn't look good. Now there's another post here where the Federal Inland Revenue Service has set a new record with 47.39 trillion in tax collection between October and September 2025. They've got this money. The question remains, why is Tinubu still borrowing? You know, why is Tinubu still borrowing? This person said, how many water pipe have been laid? How many water reservoirs have been built? How many megawatt electricity has been added? How many hospitals have been built? How many school hostels have been built? How many federal roads have been constructed? Tinubu made 47, almost 50 trillion naira just from revenue, from taxes, you know, taxing Nigerians. Where is the money? Where is the money going? So guys, this should worry everybody in Nigeria. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.